Hi there, this is Mark Schauder with Sotheby's International Realty with another episode of Poway Today. Today I'm here with Josh and Whitney of All Floors and Finishes.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us what you guys do here?
Okay.
Well, we're a small mom and pop full service floor covering store that caters to both residential and commercial projects. And we sell both product and the labor, the installation side of the project.
Okay.
So it's very much just a one-stop shopping, and it makes everybody's life a little easier that way.
And when did you guys decide to open the business and why?
So we opened a little over 3 years ago. And the reasons being, Josh was kind of at a point where he was kind of maxed out where he was,
Okay.
and all he's ever done is floor covering.
Okay.
Never had another job doing anything else in his whole life. I had bounced around to a few different things, but we both had our degrees in business, and it was just kind of a nice opportunity. We were at a good point in our personal lives to just kind of try something new. We thought it'd be fun to work together and be able to see a little bit more of each other, because his hours, we were used to such long hours, not really seeing each other. Him never seeing our kids and stuff, so we thought maybe we could kind of wrangle that back and have more control if we were kind of our own bosses. So we took a chance, and so far it's paying off.
3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Working well.
And what motivates you guys?
Say number one motivator is just we're people pleasers. We want our customers to leave here happy with the product, happy with the service they received, and just the overall experience. I think that's like the number one motivator, is just people happy when they walk out the door, and kind of, nothing negative to say.
And what has surprised you guys most about owning a small business?
Well, I came from a small business, so it wasn't really shocking. I basically get up and go to a new office, or I started going to a new office every day, but it's the same thing that I've been used to all the way through. I've watched my parents start a small business, and I kind of lived and breathed that right alongside them. So can't say there was really a whole lot of surprises. She came with a whole lot of efficiency, I would say.
Okay.
And she's surprised me with how much free time she's built into what I'd never had before. So we work hard, but we get a little bit more free time, surprisingly.
Got it.
Yeah. I came from more of a corporate background. I was actually in buying sales. So I was in inside sales, which is there's similarities to what we do
Absolutely.
now. It's still customer focused. But I'd say that the differences are just having, when you don't have, somebody to report to other than yourself and your spouse, it does allow for some flexibility, allows for some ownership, and you do take some more pride in what you do. So, so that's been kind of a good thing, I think. So far, no big complaints, no negatives.
That's good. That's good. And what is it that your customers love about All Floors and Finishes?
Customer service, customer service, customer service. A lot of hand holding, and yeah, it's just, we bend over backwards for the people that decide to do work with us.
Yeah, we hear, I think one of the things we hear all the time is just how easy it is to work with us. And how transparent it is. They know what they're getting, they know what they're paying for what they're getting, they know that there's no hidden surprises at the end of, oh, I'm sorry, we pulled up your floor and we didn't realize there was this underneath it, and we're gonna need to charge you, X amount of dollars more. We try to just keep things.
So the buck stops here.
Yes.
Pretty much.
We don't have to make a phone call to somebody else. The buck stops with you guys.
Yeah.
And any challenges that you guys run into?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say probably our biggest challenge is we being so transparent in how we do things. Everybody has the same price. We don't start up here with the anticipation of we're going to negotiate down to this bottom dollar. We kind of come out of the gate with our best price. And sometimes that, works against us, and that lots of the other businesses, the bigger ones, some of the chain stores and the bigger box stores, they kind of do it the opposite way, where they mark up to mark down, and so there's rebates and there's sales and there's promotions and all these things that make their them look like they might be more appealing.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to it, bottom dollar, all said and done, job's finished, you're presented with your bill. Usually we're right neck and neck with everybody. So I'd say that's probably our biggest challenge, is just explaining that to people who might have their reservations of
Get everything
Yeah.
up front so you know what it's going to cost you. Bottom line.
exactly. So and then I'd say comparing the apples to apples, you know, just because you're shopping for one of the big things right now are vinyl plank
Okay.
floors. So say you're shopping for vinyl plank, you know, some of the bigger stores and maybe another small you know, mom and pop shop, and then you have us as a third estimate. But they're all bidding different products. You know, you're not comparing apples to apples. You're
Right.
comparing, you know, labor might be relatively the same. There's always some inconsistencies there too with, you know, how people do things. You know, some people shave off certain steps. But then, you know, if you're not comparing the same product,
Right, apple to apple.
you're not really comparing the same thing.
I use
So-
the analogy all the time of shopping for a car. Most of the cars have 4 wheels,
Mhm.
but you could have a Maserati and you could have just a Volkswagen Jetta.
Mhm.
Wildly different. They're
Both
both
of them
cars.
have 4 wheels.
They both have 4 wheels, but wildly different price tags. So
Uh-huh.
trying to get the consumer to do like Whitney was saying, shop apples to apples, is very important to us, and we'll do a little bit of the legwork. If a product comes to us with a third-party name,
Mhm.
a lot of the same products have more than one name attached to them,
Right.
so it's just something our industry has done to protect some of the dealers, and we, as a small shop, get the most generic name. Everybody kind of knows what we've got, but the big box stores with a lot of buying power get to go to those manufacturers and say, hey, we want our own special name, so it's hard for the consumer to shop us.
Right, yeah.
So-
But he's like our little detective in that. He's so good at it. I personally, most of the time, I'm like, I don't know, it's a shot in the dark with me. But I will show
Well,
it to
he's got
him,
his life
and
invested in
Yeah.
he
this.
does, and
Yeah.
he most of the time he nails it.
Uh-huh.
So, which is pretty cool when they think about how many thousands of
Right.
products there are that he can flip over the back and be like, oh, that one's made by this guy, and sure enough,
Mhm.
nailed it.
Very good. And what is it that people don't know about your business?
Well, when people walk through the door, they get not a salesperson, but an owner that's invested in the company and doesn't want any surprises later on in the project. So we do a whole lot of educating around here, and we'll tell you the pros and cons of the different products and different choices that one has, and then ultimately leave it to the homeowner to decide what's best for them. Because every household's a little bit different. Some have multiple pets, some have a house full of kids running around, some are just single little old lady, and she can have whatever she wants.
Very good. And any memorable experiences over the last 3 years?
I'd say some of the most memorable things I think are days where, because as much as ironic as it is, we find that we don't actually work together very often because he's either out of the shop or I'm in the shop or vice versa, because we are run so small. So, you know, we really do everything, and then we've got installers who work directly as employees. And so we've got the same core guys that are
Okay.
doing all of our
So it's
installs.
not subcontracted out to
Mm,
some other
No,
person.
we rarely sub anything out. If we do, it's more of a specialty kind of unique unique thing. But other than that, I'd say, you know, 99% of what we do is in-house employees, and it's the same guys. They come every day to work here, and that's a little bit unique also, because not every shop does that. A lot of times, even some of the some of the bigger stores, they actually hire more small mom and pop shops to do the installs. So
Got
you're
it.
really working with 2 flooring businesses that have showrooms of their own, and you never know it, which is I thought, I guess when you said surprises, that was kind of a surprise to me, because
Right.
that seemed kind of unique, and we've had bigger stores come in here and present that opportunity to us of, oh, do you want to do our installs? And
Oh.
no, because we've got our name. You know,
Right.
we want to represent us and our name and our business, and our
Reputation.
philosophy start to finish.
Right.
We don't want to pick up, just the installation, because it really is a full service experience. I think when somebody's working in your home,
Absolutely.
you're not just buying a product. You're
Buying a
you're-
company, you're buying people
you're,
that are
you're buying
Yeah.
into everything. So, you know, I'd say some of the most memorable things are just the days that we do get to actually spend some time together and here or on job sites is always great. And then just, you know, the technology now has become the way where everybody hears about goods and bads of, you know, personal stuff and, you know, trades and painters and, you know, anybody who's going to be working in your house. We've learned that that is a big way that people kind of decide who they're gonna approach.
Referrals.
Exactly.
Referrals, that's
and we're huge on repeat referral business, but just some of the reviews that people have left out there, you know, on their own, people we'll get thank you letters when people send us their check in the mail for payment.
Very
you
nice.
know, there'll be a thank you card with it, and it's like, okay, we've had plants dropped off, you know, and it's like we've spent all this time in your house. We've been tearing up your house, but I'd say that's always a comforting thing when, you know, somebody goes out of their way to kind
They
of
like the end result.
And it's so I definitely remember every single one of those jobs and working with those individuals.
I remember the knife that you got for cooking in the kitchen.
I got a knife. I got a cooking knife one time. The guy, that's what he worked for a company, and that's what they made. They made these ceramic knives, and he heard that I really like to cook, so I got a knife at the end of a project.
Very nice.
So those kinds of things you always remember.
Absolutely. So what's the best way for people to find you guys?
Call us, email us, come visit us in the showroom. We're here 5 days a week. You can walk through the door at any point and just introduce yourself and start jumping into looking at products. Usually we respond to emails the very same day. Even on the weekends, we'll try our best to get to those. So any which way is convenient for you.
And you guys are located at the corner of Palmerado and Poway Road.
Yep.
Yeah,
Busy
super
little
easy to find us.
intersection.
The building that we're in is kind of a historic Poway building.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows this building, who's been, you know, in Poway for any length of time. We're the brick building that was a bank, and then it was a bunch of real estate offices, and now it's kind of broken up into different suites, and we have a mix of things here. But yeah, we're right on the bottom floor, Poway Palmerado.
Very good. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing about your business.
Thank you for coming and
Absolutely.
giving us the opportunity to chat.
Yeah. This is Mark Schauder with Sotheby's International Realty with another episode of Poway Today.